Four well-known pro players in Fortnite were banned last night for 60 days after they placed in first and second place in Fortnite FNCS Week 1. Is this all a huge misunderstanding, or have these pro players took it way too far? Hey guys, Merl here and welcome back to another video. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. If you are new around here, I'd appreciate if you guys could hit that subscribe button and make sure that you've dinged that bell. Tap a like right now. I hope you're all staying very safe throughout this whole coronavirus ordeal. Oh, and feel free to use code Merl in the shop. But FNCS Week 1 did indeed finish last night. We saw lots and lots of amazing pro players killing it last night. It was very enjoyable to watch, to be fair. I was up till like 2 AM watching it. But on NA East, one of the hardest regions to compete for, Keys and Slacks came in at first place with 63 points, and Bucky FPS and Creo came in at second with 56. However, these two teams were banned last night for 60 days total. Now why? Well, Droxide and Bizzle created a video clip last night which exposed the two teams teaming with each other. Take a look right here.
What's your blue fighter? Something happened to As you saw there, the two teams were landing over at Slurpy Swamp each time, and at first glance it seems as though that, you know, they're just facing each other, they just want to get a couple tags off. But after this clip came out, it was pretty obvious to see that, well, the two teams seem to be getting tags off on each other to get around Storm Surge. So in every single game you saw the two teams landing, you know, looting up and then getting tags on each other and then just simply getting on with the game. Now there's a lot of controversy around this. Were they actually cheating, or was this just a coincidence and a huge misunderstanding? But what do these four pros have to say for themselves? Let's take a look at Bucky putting out a heartbroken emoji and showing off that he won $4,200 from this, and shortly after, obviously, his ban came. Creo defending himself here, saying, wish we at least had the opportunity to explain / defend ourselves without everyone hopping on the bandwagon. Also wish Fortnite did some sort of investigation / asked us question, yet again with the heartbroken emoji. Slacks just simply showing off that he won straight away, and that's all we've heard from him. And Keys right here, yet again showing off, and then shortly after putting out a tweet saying people preemptively communicate about drop spots and who gets what chests / loot routes. We play in the same scrim, so sometimes they'll bloom us, other times they'll break our trucks, or other times they'll just double key us. Obviously in a tournament we don't want to take a dumb fight. And yes, I understand pro teams obviously have their landing spots where they land. They're not going to change that up. If somebody's contesting that landing spot, they're going to land there no matter what, and clearly the two teams were both landing there. And yeah, fair enough, you'll come across that fight, of course, where, you know, the other team who landed in the same spot is trying to get tags on you. You're going to obviously shoot back. But the problem here is that throughout all games they did the exact same thing, got a few tags off on each other, and then simply moved on and ran away and got on with the game. If that was me in a game, I can guarantee the other team would want to make sure they're getting good tags, they're pushing us, and then they eliminate me, or we eliminate them. And that's why this is so sketchy. Why did they allow that for 10 different games? And yes, this all could be a coincidence, but why on earth was Creo in Key's chat throughout this whole tournament? Savage put out this tweet saying if he doesn't get banned for teaming, then he might get banned for stream sniping instead. Oh no, no, no. And we can see right there, Creo is clearly in Key's chat last night. Very strange, very, very strange. Now let's take a look at what other pro players and content creators had to say about this whole situation. We see some people defending them, as you see, Epic banned them, barely any investigation or talk with the players. They claim it's premeditated, concluding with no evidence on the situation and give them an over harshly ban. We're going to be talking about more on that in just a second. We see Benji saying, damn, they acted fast as F. That's unusual for Epic, and I agree. That was very, very fast to place that ban on them. Normally it would take a day or two, but we're talking literally within the same hour. Some other players defending them saying 60 days is way too long, not gonna lie. And I'm gonna talk more on that in a sec because I think it is interesting. Liquid Chap coming out saying, I still think that you should be banned for life when caught cheating in any tournament for money. And Chap's always believed that ever since the whole Ziff situation back in 2019. Clicks coming out saying, I don't feel Epic should have acted this fast. I feel like they didn't have a chance to defend themselves. This whole 60-day ban is life-changing for all of them. None of them are gonna get signed again, and they're missing a whole FNCS. 60-day ban was not necessary whatsoever. And Fwiz, which is interesting, who actually works at YouTube Gaming, comes out saying there's an amazing alternative to a 60-day ban, and that's choosing not to cheat. Then Courage JD replying to that by saying, LMAO, exactly what I thought. The Fortnite guy coming out saying, just woke up and my thoughts are that they definitely abused the system, but we're not under the impression that they were cheating. This has been going on for months in scrims. Trade and surge at Slurpee, it just became normal and a part of their game plans. Unfortunately, it is on the fine line of what's collusion. Listening to Bucky's stream last night, it is very clear that most pros believe that half the teams are doing similar things, such as splitting drops. I think Epic are using these 4 players to make a statement. And I agree. Obviously, I don't have any proof of any other pro players doing this, but, you know, fair enough. This obviously can happen, but I don't think other pro players are doing it to the extent of, obviously, these 4 players doing it in all 10 games. So without a doubt, there's a lot of mixed opinions in the community. Perhaps Epic did make a little bit of a too fast judgment. And to be fair, maybe 60 days is too long. If you guys remember the whole Ziff and Ronaldo thing, where essentially they were banned for 2 weeks for actually landing at the same spot and killing other players and teaming in that sense. That was only a 2-week ban. And that involved actually eliminating other players, removing their chance, I believe, to compete in the World Cup all the way back last year. And I think that was a lot more serious than what's happened last night with obviously these 4 pros. I personally understand why Epic banned them. I think without a doubt they should be punished, but is 60 days too much? Maybe 1 month would have been a little bit more reasonable. Obviously with the whole Jarvis situation, that guy cheated in a pub game, obviously not actually a tournament for money or anything, but he received a full permanent ban. However, that involved using hacks like aimbot and such, and that was obviously deserved. That was using hacks and that was a permanent ban. So I don't know, but I want you guys to let me know in the comments, what do you think these 4 pros should have got? If you consider everything that we've talked about today, should it be 1 month? Should it have been the 60 days? Or should it have been much longer? What do you guys think? We also heard Ninja talk about this today on his stream while playing Call of Duty. Take a little listen right here.
This competitive scene is purely ran by kids. And then Epic's like, here's a Fortnite tournament. Let older people that play it too. Nate Hill, Funk Bomb, me, Chap. But when all of the practicing and all that stuff, and when they're like, it's not Mongrel and his friends. I don't know, dude. I respect Mongrel and Benji, Fishy, and those guys, man. I don't think they would do this. They're too talented. They're too talented. They don't need to. Which is so weird because so are these kids. And I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed in so many of these kids that they're trying to cheat, man. When they don't need to. Jarvis cheats in a online regular game for no money, gets a full-time ban. Players get caught cheating in a tournament for money, and they get banned for 60 days. All right, go. Floor's yours.
So clearly Ninja just doesn't agree with Epic's whole banning system. He feels like they don't know what's going on in terms of banning lengths. But either way, at the end of the day, do not
cheat, no matter if you're teaming, no matter if you're using hacks. It will never be allowed and it will always be bannable. And the sad reality of it now is that Creo and these other 3 pros that were banned last night have now ruined their careers. They're not going to be signed by another org. You know, this is a 60-day ban. That's 60 days without any Fortnite, any content. What are they going to do? They're trying to defend themselves, but I really don't know if they can. I understand that, yes, as I mentioned at the start, you can get into these fights, but for 10 whole FNCS games, this is for crazy cash, keep in mind, guys. Doing the exact same routine, getting these tags off on each other, it is way too sketchy. And without a doubt, I think it was premeditated. I don't think they were on a call with each other at all. Obviously, Keys was streaming, so obviously that's the proof right there. But I really don't know. I really do not know. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Do you think the ban was reasonable or what? But thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I'll be live later on tonight playing on stream, twitch.tv/Merl. So come on over, say hello and what's up, and drop a little follow. Use code Merl in the shop, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.